Hi viewers, welcome you all for Wisdom Waves again. Today we are going to see VUCA, what is meant by VUCA Prime as well. And better getting into this VUCA, what the VUCA world, which means VUCA is a term which is used to explain how and in what world that current generation people are living on. That is volatility, uncertainty, ambiguity, and the complexity. These four terms are compressed and it is made as an abbreviated form of the VUCA. So we are all living in the world of the VUCA where the competition is very much high and the changes, the growth rate is very much high enough. Complexity in terms of the decisions making also very much high enough. So before getting into these details of the VUCA world in each fields, let us getting into the history of how the VUCA terms evolved and how it is being currently mapped. VUCA in 1980s, the term VUCA has started from US Army War College base. This is mainly happened because of increasing in unpredictability and the complex global scenario happened as an outcome of Cold War. So to compact that and to make it effective, the US Army War College planned to import a curriculum aimed at preparing the military leaders for the strategic decision making for the changing in the environments. In such a scenario, so this VUCA has taken place a greater role. So initially in 1987 in US Army War College, this book on the statement has took place, and the progressively it has aligned with the academic foundations where Mr. Warren Bennis and the Butonianus emphasized the VUCA preparations in their both book leaders, the strategies for taking charges, which was published in 1985. So after this academic foundations, they had a formal recognition in 1991 February during the development strategy leaderships the US Academic War College experienced titled paper, which was published by Herbert F. Barber articles, which was published in 1992. Based on this article, this had a wide popularization in terms of the formal recognitions, and followed by this formal recognition from the early 2000 onwards the OCA began to preemulate apart from the civil sectors. It has taken place in several of the business and the academic sectors as well. So it started navigated here from the military sectors to other the business and the education sectors. Likewise, the progressively the evolutions of the VUCA penetrations has taken place again in the different sectors. Now, the VUCA word, which is inclusive of volatility and certainty, where the volatility, which means for the speed and unpredictability that happens in the environment with the rate of change is very much fast enough. It highlights how quick the situations can shift here from one impact to another impact, and it also emphasizes the significant impacts that plays within your role, and uncertainty, which denotes the lack of a predictability about what the future here will happens. So the list of outcomes or the events here that are planned in pipeline here with the future also highly unpredictable. In uncertain environment, it is difficult to foresee the future developments or their implications. So if these uncertainties are available, so it is difficult for an functions or an organizations to predict what happens in the future here. So that is also a negative case for the organizations. And complexity, which describes the multitude of interconnected factors that influences the situation. The complexity makes it challenging for, even though we are providing several cause and effect relationship diagram to integrate what are all the variables involved, it will make difficulty to understand in what patterns the interconnected factors will work. And fourth factor is that is ambiguity. Ambiguity, which means there is a lack of clarity among the team members or the organization peoples to work on in a homogeneous way. This ambiguity arises due to incomplete data or a contradicting statement or due to lack of communication effectiveness. So these all four factors here will make or will pay for the downfall of an organization's all the functions as well in the long run. So if you could see this VUCA in a industry statement, so these are all the VUCA which is available, and the organizations have to take some measures here to contradict these VUCAs. Let us take an example for VUCA to match with the speed. We need to formulate the several strategies such as build the flexibility in the operations to take a contingency plan to overcome the change in speed happens in the environment. All, and also adopt several the strategies here to make the employees to work for adaptability and monitor key indicating parameters here with terms of the key performance indicator here to change or to face the potential challenges in the market. Next, for the uncertainty, to overcome the uncertainty, we have to provide several facilities in terms of the key analytics to predict what the future forecastings will happen. Encourage open communication challenge between the teams by which the sharing of the data provides or reduce the impacts of the uncertainty. And third is for complexity, we need to simplify the process by to avoid the confusions and to promote cross-functional collaborations with the cross-functional in the team. These are all the sum of activities by which the VUCA related impacts in the industries can be avoided. And for final ambiguity, the clear communications between the cross-functional teams go to avoid the misunderstandings and creating a framework for the decision makings that allows them for the iterative the learning purpose. Encouraging the experiment and the innovations are the means of exploring new solutions. That is also has a will comes in place of VUCA. This is an example for VUCA in the medical field where you could see the volatility factors like the balance between the cost and the tariffs, purchasing power, and rise on drop of the treatment plan. These are all some of the examples. These examples also plays a major role in the medical field. Likewise, uncertainty. Some of the uncertainty like the regulations changes, legal regulations, safety and the access to the medical service. These are some of the uncertainty which is related to the medical field. And in terms of complexity, the soft skill competency between the workers with the patients, if it is missed on, means probably that also will impact on the complexity. And ambiguity, the contradictory opinion among the specialists of the same field itself, can happen in the medical field by which the proper solution provisions in operation theater might not be the case. So to make these event, it is the educational field related the VUCA, where the volatility is a rapid change in the academic landscapes and uncertainty mean for lack of predictability in the research and findings in the futures. And complexity means for the integrated interconnections among the disciplines, and ambiguity means for multi-interpose preparations of the research data. So probably the outcome of the data is not clearly encompassed with the people. These are VUCA related to the educational field. So to tackle this VUCA, though we formulated several strategies, there is another set of the strategies here, which is to close this VUCA, that is VUCA Prime, where VUCA, which speaks about volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and the ambiguity, the VUCA Prime speaks about vision, understanding, clarity, and the agility. So in VUCA Prime, the volatility and uncertainty, ambiguity, complexity is completely changed as the visioner and agility, understanding, and the clarity, where both each terms of V is the exact opposite each other. The volatility can be tackled with the vision, uncertainty can be tackled with agility, and understanding ambiguity will be tackled with understandings, and clarity is the outcome of the complexity resolutions. Here you could see this VUCA and the VUCA Prime versions. Volatility refers to rapid change. Uncertainty describes how hard it is to predict. Complexity means for integrated systems here with the interconnected parts, and ambiguity means for the multiple interpretations within the systems. To overcome that, the VUCA Prime where vision, which provides a clear vision, helps for to work on the common goals. Understanding means for the deep comprehended that and the stakeholders understanding with each other. Clarity means for seeking clarity amidst the complexity. Agility means for ability to be more flexible and adaptive to the changing work environment. So while the VUCA highlights the change challenges, the VUCA Prime helps leaders here to formulate the strategies to navigate them effectively. So this is how the VUCA and VUCA Prime plays a major role for the development of organization. Both VUCA is required and VUCA Prime is required. VUCA helps to formulate and to understanding what all the changing scenarios happens in the environment, and VUCA Prime is the best way to tackle these changes, and how to be the forerunner in marketing situations. So thank you all for watching this VUCA, and hope this VUCA also will be applicable in your personal life as well. Become part of our brigade by subscribing these channels. Thank you. And by next video we could see the BCG matrix. Thank you all.